Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to take a look about how we graph a linear equation or a linear function. What's important to realize when we graph a linear equation is when we graph this, I should end up with a straight line. As we begin, there are a couple points just to keep in mind. When I talk about a y-intercept, if I have a line looking somewhat like this, the y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. Okay. It is also where the x value is equal to 0. So in this case, my y-intercept is 4. Okay, the actual point is 0, 4, but the y-intercept is at 4. Okay, then I can begin to talk about slope. Keeping in mind that slope means I go up, my rise, in this case might be 3, my run might be 2. So my slope, or my m value, is going to be 3/2. Using this information, we can begin to look at an equation. There is a certain equation, or form of equation, which is called slope-intercept form of a linear equation. When we look at the slope-intercept form, it is in the form of y equals m times x plus b. Okay, these letters don't mean a whole lot, but the key values that are important is my m tells me what my slope is, my b value tells me what my y-intercept is. And I need to be careful about what value comes in front. So, I think on the last slide, sorry, to go back to that, I think it was actually at -4, not +4 that I graphed. So, let's use that point again, okay? If my y-intercept is at -4, and my slope was 3/2 times x, this would be the equation of the line I just graphed. Now, if I was given this equation, the first thing I would start with is this -4. I would put that on the graph at -4. Then I would pay attention to what my slope was. If it's 3/2, what that tells me is I'm going to go up 3/2. Put another point on the graph. I can go up 3/2. Put another point on the graph. Up 3/2. Put another point on the graph. I could also down the bottom here go down 3 and over 2. What you begin to notice is as I graph these, I'm getting a very nice straight line, which is another way of graphing. Instead of doing x and y and picking x values and figuring out y's, applying points, hoping they connect, I can just do it very simply given my y-intercept and then my slope in this particular form. So let's take a look at one more. Let's do y is equal to -3x plus 6. In this particular one, I look at my y-intercept first. My y-intercept is at +6, so I'm going to put a big dot at +6. Okay. Then I'm going to take a look at my slope. If my slope is -3, it really means it's -3/1. So what this tells me is that I'm beginning here, I go down 3, and I go to the right 1. Put a dot. I use blue. I can go down 3/1. Put another dot. And really at this point, I've got a pretty nice graph. Okay, and I got my equation of my line. So we're going to practice this a little bit more, but it's recognizing what is my y-intercept, what is my slope, how does that translate to the graph.